two major developments in the couple of days. Our biggest friends and ally decided to run away with two negotiations without asking us and without, let's say, consulting with us. The first time that American administration ever is speaking with a terror organization like Hamas after the atrocity of October 7. And probably all of you saw last night the interview that Adam Boller just gave. And later that night, he said there was organization and things like that. But the most important issue was that, guys, we're Americans. We will do what suits to the American interest. And with all due respect to the Israelis, we will do whatever we actually believe this is the right way to do. And we're going to continue to negotiate with Hamas. Now you have to understand that he is meeting with the most notorious leadership of Hamas in Qatar, mainly Khalil Khayar and the other ones. Now, where it's going over here with the Hamas, I don't know. I have my doubts, meaning that, okay, let's say there is a couple of options over here. One of the options is that they will come to a deal that they're going to release the last American alive citizens, meaning dual passports, that they will release him and another full bodies of American. This is one option. The other option, that it will be bigger than that the American will deal about how to continue, whether you call it phase A or start phase 2, but the third option, that nothing will come out of it. Now, why I'm a bit optimistic regarding the release of more hostages? Because based on what I see right now, the preparation to Trump visit in Riyadh already started. And the first date that they are aiming right now, I don't know if it will be fit to the Saudis and things like that. First of all, the Saudis are right now taking a vital role and leading the conversation with Ukraine and the United States regarding the deal. I'm going back to the campaign and I'm going back to the transition time, and we spoke about it. Trump said, listen, I'm going to close in a couple of days the Russian-Ukraine war. I'm going to close the war with Gaza. I'm going to bring the hostages. I'm going to do a deal with Iran. When I'm looking right now, what's going on, everything that he said, he's actually meant it. He also said, I'm going to fire the chairman. He fired the chairman. Whatever he said, he's about to do. So base, it's taking more time. It's more difficult. He's jumping from topic to other topic. But at the end of the day, whatever he said, it's happening. Why I'm saying it? Because if he's going to Saudi Arabia and they want to get the $600 billion investments in the United States, and if they want to have that the Saudis will join kind of the Abraham Accord or normalization or whatever we'll call it, you need several conditions in order to do it. One of them is that Israel will not go back to the war in Gaza. Secondly, more than that, that Israel will take IDF out of Gaza completely. This is the premature for everything with the Saudis. The third issue with the Saudis, they need to hear, and this is coming to what yesterday, a couple of days ago, we heard in the Cairo summit, that the Arabs are willing to invest like 54, 57, $56 billion in Gaza to restore Gaza in the next, let's say, decade or so. And they're willing to send also troops. But another thing is that they want to see that the IDF is out of Gaza and the war is ended. Now, if you want to bring the Saudis into the game, you need to give the Saudis something. When they give the Saudis are willing to settle about the path or the vision for two-state solution. And the government of Israel have to say it. Now, based on what's happening right now in Israel, the most important issue for the prime minister is to pass the budget. Right now, the first date to pass the budget is uh, March 24. Why March 24? Because he have to pass it till March 31. That's mean that you have another week of crises to give some more billions to the ultra-religious, all the coalition bullshit that they're doing all the time. If he's not succeeding, the government is falling, meaning we're going to election in 3 weeks from now. But this is the first priority. Based on the assumption that he will overcome this obstacle and there will be a budget, then he's coming to deal with Trump regarding hostages, whether to end the war in Gaza, and whether to say the two-state solution. Slogan, sentence, whatever we call it. The other main issue that you have to deal with is the Iranian issue. Now, you heard Trump saying, I'm for a deal, but there is two alternatives, whether to do attack or whether not. We heard also Adam Boehler yesterday, although he's not so important like it sounds. But he's reflecting whatever Trump is saying. I'm telling you that Israel is really mean business in this issue. And we spoke about it, how you want to revoke October 7. You're doing Iran, you're doing Saudi Arabia, and you're good to go. Where's the problem? The problem is that they're going to use us as a stick, as a they're going to threaten the Israeli. We're going to give a green light to the Israelis. So the next few weeks, months will be all the time with a lot of media covering how Israel is preparing to attack in Iran and how the Americans are threatening to the Iranians, let's open a back channel and things like that. So this is the main issues. And guys, we have an issue with the Americans. Imagine to yourself that even if Biden or if Kamala Harris used to be the president, that they will launch direct negotiation with Hamas, what Trump supporters or what Bibi supporters will do to that. It's unheard of what's going on right now between us and the Americans. And by the way, we are right now not calling the shots. All the shots are calling by the administration. They have the upper hand and we are reacting. Now, with the Iranians, several of options. I don't want to get into it in details. I have all the details, whether we have a good deal or better deal, or whether we are not going to do it at all, and then we will have to attack, whether we do it alone with Americans. Let's leave it for the time being because it's not on the cards right now, and we still have time to deal with it. Internally, we had a huge crisis during the weekend with the IDF spokesman, that he had to leave the IDF. It was internal one, very emotional, because Agari is a great guy, but he's out. There is a new IDF spokesman. He used to be under me when I was the Minister of Defense. He was my attaché in India. And later on, he was running the liaison unit in the J5. He's a nice guy, and I think he will be okay. The Saudis, I suggest that we will speak about it later on. The defense pack and all the other components that the Saudis want from the Americans. The list is long. It's very important to see what the American will give the Saudis and what not, including to enrich uranium for a civilian, but it's to enrich uranium. I don't know how many of you saw Lindsey Graham the other day, that he's saying how you define a good deal with the Iranian is to enrich nothing. So meaning, okay, to the Iranians, you're going to take all the enrichment in a good deal, and to the Saudis, you're going to give. It's not going to work. It's an issue. And I'm just throwing it right now because we're going to deal with that later in the couple of weeks. Behind the scene, there is kind of rumors regarding who is going to take the lead in the Palestinians. The American are betting right now, based on the scoop of last night, on Masri. He is an entrepreneur, a businessman, Palestinians. He built Rawabi. It's a big city in the West Bank, and he's in a good contact with Jared Kushner and the other ones. And maybe he is the guy that wants to try to bring and to restore Gaza and to take Abu Mazen place. Let's wait and see. The internal politics in the PA probably will try to destroy him because he's not strong in the Fatah and not in the PA, but he's got billions, so we'll have to wait and see. Regarding Europe, I just came back from Europe and I spoke with a lot of people. My sense is like that, and we were emailing, texting, some of us during the weekend. First of all, the declaration of the Prime Minister of Poland regarding nuclear, I think that is a big thing. This is an atmosphere right now after Ukraine, meaning that if you don't have a nuclear power capabilities, I mean military ones, you're dead meat. This is the lesson from Ukraine, and this is the lesson from other European countries that now if Poland will push for nuclear over here, that will be a problem. It's true that I'm not sure that it will be easy with the Americans, although with this administration, I'm not so sure that it used to be like the other ones. We'll have to wait and see. The other one is the fact that the Europeans give a sense that, with all due respect, that they are not under stress from what happening in Ukraine, meaning the E3 are not there. That's my sense. They understand that Trump mean business okay, so we will invest more in defense, meaning invest more in defense. That's a process between 5 to 15 years. They're willing to sacrifice Ukraine. They will come with sacrifice. Sacrifice is a harsh word, but they will go with Trump and will tell Zelensky, find out how to settle down, because in the end, we can't do nothing without the Americans. And if the Americans are going to give us cold shoulders, with all due respect, America is much more important than you. I understand that who was behind, and again, this is not solid, pushing Zelensky to the meeting with Trump, and misunderstood and misjudged the circumstances and the situation with Trump was President Macron. And the preparation wasn't so good between all of them, and that's the reason that the meeting was completely disaster. New Prime Minister in Canada today, very important statement from him regarding how to give fights to the Americans regarding economy. This guy understands something in money, and he was twice dealing with all the finance in Canada and in another country, I don't remember where. So he understands in finance. You can see also already the stock market in America that understand that all the tariff of Trump and things like that, meaning we are going to recession in America. And David and I spoke about it, but right now it's already the figures. So this is not new, but it's coming to the point that it's serious. So we'll have to wait and see what will be the policy right now, whether it's going to be bang his head through the wall, or whether it's going to do some adaptation regarding this issue. The other issue is that the Europeans are signaling, guys, at the end of the day, who is the real West is us, is Europe. We are the heart of the West. If we will lose the principle, the virtues, whatever you call it, of the West, whether it's in France, Germany, or other places, don't below the Americans. So the struggle right now will be how Europe is preserving the democracy based on the value of the Europeans, because otherwise the Europeans are going to go to bad places. And it seems to many Europeans right now that Europe is going to take it more to the center right, not to the extreme right, but really to stop the phenomena of the immigrations and to kick some people out in order to try to preserve what Europe is all about, because Europe is, they all understand that most of the fatalities during the thousands years of the history have been in Europe, not in the Middle East and not in somewhere else, and Europe will have to deal with it. Merz, there is a lot of appreciation to him based on the fact that he is coming from the business sector, and they are hoping that he will take Germany to new places. My understanding, as I said before, that they are not too excited from the situation right now, that they are, let's say, give the sense we know how to deal with the challenges. Trump have another 3 years and 10 months or 9 months. Eventually, it will be over, and it will be okay.